Slippery. Trump tries to weasel out of E. Jean Carroll verdict with immunity appeal. Donald Trump claims that he has absolute immunity from prosecution or litigation over any acts that he committed during his presidency. On Monday, his attorneys are arguing this before an appellate court panel. Time equals 400 ms. Greater than the outcome of this appeal could have far-reaching implications. While the argument is in one of two cases in which writer E. Jean Carroll accuses Trump of defamation for verbal attacks he made on her when she came forward with the story that he had raped her in a department store dressing room. The outcome could affect both the Georgia RICO case and the federal January 6 case against Trump. It could also change the presidency as we know it. If Trump prevails, he can be expected to pursue similar immunity protections for his actions regarding the 2020 election. Time equals 400 ms. Greater than. Furthermore, if the presidency is affirmed as surefire protection against prosecution and litigation, any future candidate with criminal intent could see it as a safe place to carry out their plans. There's little question Trump seeks to affirm that immunity for a former president is absolute. In one court filing, his attorneys declared, "The Supreme Court has unequivocally acknowledged that there exists the greatest public interest in providing the president this form of wide-spanning immunity in performing his official acts, and that deprivation of such immunity would be to the detriment of not only the president and his office, but also the nation that the presidency was designed to serve." Despite Trump's claim, the immunity affirmed by the Supreme Court was limited, and convincing a panel of judges that defaming a woman after sexually assaulting her, as a jury already affirmed Trump did, is an official act of the president could be a stretch. Time equals 400 ms. Greater than. In fact, SCOTUS has already informed Trump once that presidential immunity doesn't go as far as he claims. He sought to use it as a protection against the Manhattan District Attorney, Cyrus Vance, at that time in 2020 while Trump still held office, obtaining his financial records in order to pursue an investigation and potentially a prosecution after the news broke that Trump had covered up hush money payments to women whose stories of sexual dalliances he was trying to hide. Reuters reported, Trump's argument that he was immune from any criminal process runs up against the 200 years of precedent establishing that presidents and their official communications are subject to judicial process, Chief Justice John Roberts wrote. Whether Trump will get a different result this time around remains to be seen. Steph Basil covers politics and theocracy, always aiming for a world free from extremism and authoritarianism. Follow Steph on Twitter at I'mJustASteph. Stephanie Basil. Steph Basil is a newswriter who covers politics and theocracy, always aiming for a world free from extremism and authoritarianism. Follow Steph on Twitter at I'mJustASteph. Sign up for all of her stories to be delivered to your inbox here. Latest posts.